day, or what remains of it. Time is elusive out here, ship. The rhythmic hum of the engines, the stars, and the emptiness, everything blurs together until the concepts of night and day seem distant. I no longer measure time with clocks or sunlight. Instead, I measure it by the quiet, by the way the universe shifts around me as I move through the vast, silent ocean of space. Today, ship, I found myself thinking about Europa. I've passed by it a few times now, drifting silently through the void as it orbits Jupiter. It's one of the moons, cold and distant, covered in ice, its surface a vast, unbroken sheet, fractured by deep cracks and ridges. But beneath that frozen surface, there's something more. Something hidden. A secret buried under miles of ice. I've been reading about it. Europa is special, ship. Beneath that icy crust lies an ocean hidden from view, but still there, somewhere deep beneath the ice. Scientists have long wondered about this hidden ocean, about what could exist in such a place. Could there be life beneath the surface? Could there be something living in the dark, in the pressure, in the cold? An ecosystem, thriving without sunlight, without warmth, fed only by the geothermal energy that seeps up from beneath the crust. There's something about that idea, ship, something profound. The idea that life could exist in the deep, in the dark, beneath a layer of ice so thick that no light can penetrate. That life, no matter how small, no matter how different from what we know, could still survive in the most unlikely of places. It's a reminder that life, like the universe, finds a way. It adapts. It survives. But as I think about it, I wonder what it would be like to be in that hidden ocean. To be beneath the ice, in the dark, surrounded by an alien world that is so completely different from anything I know. Would it be beautiful, ship? Or terrifying? Would I feel lost, floating in the dark, surrounded by things I can't see or understand? Or would I find peace in that quiet, that stillness, knowing that I'm not alone, that there's something out there, something living, no matter how far beneath the surface it is? I try to imagine what it would be like to dive down into that ocean, to break through the ice and slip beneath its surface into the cold, dark water. I imagine the pressure, the weight of the water, pushing against me, surrounding me, the silence. But even in that silence, I imagine life. I imagine creatures, perhaps small and strange, moving through the water, their bioluminescent bodies glowing faintly in the dark. Maybe there are entire ecosystems down there, creatures that have never seen the light of day, creatures that live by their own rules, feeding on the geothermal energy that rises from Europa's core. What would it be like to see them, ship? To observe them as they move through their dark world, unaware of the human eyes watching from above? To understand that, in that hidden ocean, life is thriving, not because of sunlight, but because of the darkness? I think about how that relates to us, ship. How we look for meaning, for answers, for light in a world that can seem so dark, so uncertain. But maybe, like the creatures beneath Europa's ice, we don't need sunlight to thrive. Maybe we don't need answers to keep moving. Maybe like them, we can find our way even in the dark. Sometimes I feel like I'm in that ocean, ship, beneath a layer of ice in the dark, surrounded by unknowns. I feel small, drifting through space, trying to make sense of it all. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the darkness doesn't have to be scary. Maybe it's just another layer, another part of the journey. Maybe it's where we find our strength, our resilience. It's in the dark that we learn to adapt, to survive, to thrive. The more I think about Europa's ocean, the more I realize how similar it is to our own experiences. We look for answers, for light, for guidance. But sometimes we're forced to live in the dark, to make our way without a map, without a clear path. We have to learn to survive, to find what keeps us going when everything around us seems uncertain. Maybe that's what Europa's ocean represents, Ship. It's a symbol of survival, of life that finds a way, no matter how harsh the environment, no matter how deep the darkness. And maybe that's what I need to remember. Even in the dark, even when everything feels cold and distant, there's life. There's always life in one form or another. We just have to look for it, even when it's buried beneath the ice, hidden from view. Europa is far behind us now, Ship. Its icy surface fading into the distance, its hidden ocean still a mystery, still out of reach. But I'll carry it with me. I'll carry the idea of that hidden world, of the life that might exist beneath the surface, thriving in the dark. It's a reminder that life, no matter how small, no matter how different, is always worth searching for, even in the darkest corners of the universe. Until tomorrow, Ship. Until the next story.